Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing a bonus reading for you guys. You had the highest viewership last week, so I wanted to say thank you. I am going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Cancer sign, so guys, please just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that in a general reading, the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, please don't force yourself into a reading that is not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Cancer. All right, Cancer, you are starting out with the World in reverse. You have the Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Ten of Swords reversed. So it looks like you guys are still dealing with some kind of a karmic situation. Could be you dealing with a karmic person or just a karmic lesson, which is not a big deal because, I mean, you know, we're here to learn lessons. So, and you always want to clear karma anyway. I do see that you're kind of withdrawn emotionally. You're emotionally unavailable, and it's because you've been really hurt. I feel like you may have been betrayed. There's definitely a sense of an ending that occurred that is really painful for you. And I do feel like you're recovering from this, which is good, but it takes time, you know, and it's still unfinished for you. Whatever has occurred here there's still something that is not closing this cycle out. So you're pulled back and you're not really opening your heart up at this time, but you're healing, which is good. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Cancer's energy, please. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Three of Wands. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Emperor in the reverse. Now, for some of you, you may be dealing with somebody here who is in another connection, and it would be a long-standing connection, but it doesn't have to be. If so, this person they're not faithful to that connection. Some of you could be dealing with a divine masculine or a divine feminine here, indicating that this would be either a deep soulmate connection or possibly a twin flame connection. But if that doesn't apply to you, just like I said, let it fly. I will say that this is somebody who feels like there's something here in their life that's out of control, or that they're not wanting to take control of, or both. This person's waiting. They're waiting for some forward movement here. I do feel like this is somebody who is definitely focused on their money and their work. I do see this person surrounded by close friends or family, but there's a situation that they don't want to take control of. You could be dealing with an Aries for some of you, but it's almost like they're waiting. They don't want to pick up the reins and deal with this situation themselves. So let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. The Queen of Wands. Exactly. So for some of you, this person may have tried to bring you in as a third party. I do feel like there is a lot of physical attraction between you and this person. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of physical attraction. I do feel like there's been some kind of action between the two of you. Could have been physical in the recent past or present. Show me what's affecting the connection. The Eight of Pentacles. You may work with this person. For some of you, you work with this person and they may be like in a supervisory position, but they're not handling that well. I am seeing that you're both looking at what is taking place here. You're both examining this relationship and what it might mean. Now, the thing is that you're pulled back from this person. I do think you have feelings, Cancer, but you're not like opening up to them. It's almost like you're burying your feelings here. And this person is looking at you as stability, somebody they could have a long-term relationship with. But you're both examining the connection. Show me the outcome at the end of the week for Cancer. Four of Wands. So marriage could be affecting this, especially if this person is in marriage, or a long-term connection could be affecting this, especially if this person is, you know, that you're dealing with is in another connection. I'm really picking that up heavily for somebody out there, but this person is not faithful in that connection. And it's because they're immensely attracted to you, but this is what has hurt you so deeply. For others of you, there's going to be a reason for celebration. There's going to be healing and making amends, but this person has to make a decision to take control of that situation before that can happen. So we'll clarify it all. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles. This is underlying energy. And what this is indicating to me is that things are progressing in this connection in a very slow manner, but also in a very solid and steady manner. You could be dealing with, I've got heavy Aries, but you could also be dealing with the Leo or Sagittarius. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the World in reverse? Oh, okay. So you don't want to deal with anybody who's toxic. Yeah, we have the Devil in reverse. You want to reconnect with this person. You want to come together because they do make you happy. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, but I'm not dealing with any toxicity. So there's something in this. And for some of you, it's because this person's involved elsewhere. For others of you, this just could be, it could be anything. It could be, you know, anything that's toxic, like substance abuse, alcoholism, codependency. This person could be an overworker. So there's something here that you're identifying, Cancer, as being toxic, and you just don't want to have any part of that. Let me see why the Queen of Cups is in reverse for Cancer. You're showing up here as single, independent, strong. Looks like your money looks really good. Five of Pentacles reversed. You could be recovering from some kind of financial loss here, and it looks like you're doing it very well. I feel like anything that you've lost will return to you and then some, and it's because of it's as a result of the effort and work that you're putting in. Now, with regard to this connection, again, I'm getting that same message that you would like to reconcile with this person, but you're choosing to stay single at this time. You're choosing not to give your heart and your feelings and your emotions to this person because as you're examining this connection, you want to know, are you going to come towards me in the way that I need you to? You know, are you even capable of that? Are you just in it for the passion, or do you want some kind of commitment? So I feel like you are choosing yourself, and that's not bad energy. It's actually really good. And this is also what's enabling you to heal. Let's see why this Ten of Swords is in reverse for Cancer. Show me why the Ten of Swords is in reverse. Yeah, again, healing. You've got Temperance. And you've got the Two of Cups. So you feel like this is a soulmate. And I would tend to agree with you. I feel like this is either a deep soulmate connection or a divine connection. I do feel like you feel that you've been led to this person. But at the same time, this person has really hurt you. And you're not going to just, you know... I feel like maybe in the past you did. You really leaned into this connection. You were giving your whole heart. And then this person betrayed you in some manner, and that's what's caused you to pull back. Yeah, that's what's caused you to pull back, and you're putting yourself first. And so I do feel like that's good energy. You're hoping this person is going to reach out to you and bring this together so that you're, you know, on the same page and you can heal this connection. Let's look at their energy. Show me why the Three of Wands is here for the person in Cancer's energy. Oh, they're focused on you, Queen of Cups. Now, some of you could be dealing with another water sign, though. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And the Star card, Aquarius energy. Yeah, this person is waiting to heal this connection. But you know what? They want you to heal the connection. So that's reinforcing what I said. I feel like you guys were doing the most. You were always doing... And this person was just kind of sitting back and allowing you to put all the work in. So they're hopeful, though, that that you will come towards them. They feel that you've put some distance. They feel that, but they do want to heal the connection. I think they're just waiting because they're hoping you will handle it. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Yeah, they're definitely focused on money. You got the Ten of Pentacles is clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is your underlying energy. So this person is slowly moving towards you. They do view you as stable. The Nine of Coins is the Empress in the lower arcana. And so I feel like you've had some setbacks. You may have had some setbacks financially. You may have had some setbacks with this person. But this person in your energy sees you in this Empress type of energy. I feel like they watch you. They're intently watching you. But again, they are hoping you move towards them. And that's why they're not trying to take control of the situation. They're hoping that you will do the work. They want to be with you, but they don't want to be the one to put in the effort. So, and it's not really telling me why that is, but they're hoping you do. They want to bring it together. Yeah, but they could be influenced by family or close friends as well. Let's see why the Emperor is in reverse for the person in Cancer's energy. Queen of Wands reversed and the Empress in reverse. Yeah, they're kind of saying, no, you should do this. Incidentally, this person sees you as a divine partner. They see you as their equal, their other. But they don't want to take action towards you. They don't want to be the one to put the work in. So they're basically saying, well, you know, Cancer could be coming towards me, but Cancer's not very affectionate anymore. Cancer's holding back, you know. So I think Cancer has to come towards me. This person's a little spoiled, if I'm being honest. They're a little bitter that you're not putting in all the work. And actually, they're being a little bit disrespectful towards you as well. It's almost like they see you in this Empress energy, but they don't want to allow themselves to see that. That would mean that then they have to take control. They have to go into the Emperor in the upright. They have to, you know, they have to treat you correctly. And I feel like this person is basically trying to say, well, you could do this, you could do that. They want you to do the work instead of taking control of the situation. And, you know, for those of you that are, you know, feminines, and even for anybody who's a masculine, because the energy could have flipped here, in the divine couple, the masculine is the one who does the effort. It's a and I'm not saying that divine feminines don't put in any effort. That's not what I'm saying, because a divine feminine is very nurturing, but they receive. The female aspect receives, and the male aspect, you know, gives, basically. And in return, the female aspect is very nurturing and very kind, and the male aspect is very protective. And so it's just a yin-yang type of balance. And this person doesn't want to step up. They don't want to do that. So if this is a divine, you know, feminine, divine, masculine connection, this person is actually being disrespectful. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Why is the Queen of Wands here? Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups. We have the Hangman in reverse. And we have the Page of Swords. So, yeah, this person's spying on you. They're trying to see what it is that you're doing, what you're up to. They feel you kind of removing your energy a little bit. They want to talk to you, but they're holding back because they're waiting for you to take charge. And what they're actually doing is introducing a ton of confusion into the equation. Now, on your side, I feel like you're actually beginning to view this person differently. your perspective on them has changed, and it's due to some kind of toxicity that you've identified and seen. And I feel like you're also tired of waiting for this person to come towards you. You know, you're tired of waiting for this person to take action. You're tired of all of the confusion. This person has options for some of you. You're just tired of dealing with it. And you're basically saying, yes, I would like to be with this person, but I'm not willing to put up with all of the BS. I'm not willing to put up with toxic energy. So let me see why the 8 of Pentacles is here. Yeah, I feel like you have grown quite a bit since this ending between the two of you. And I feel like your perspective on the relationship has changed. Yeah, okay, so they're mad that you're not the one putting in the effort. So what's affecting the relationship is you're both examining it. And I feel like you're in this very strong, independent energy. You're hoping this person comes back towards you, but you have no intention of coming towards them. You want this person to come back in and put in the effort, to put the work into the connection. And they are basically saying over here, well, you're holding back, so I'm holding back. I want to be with Cancer, but Cancer needs to come towards me. Cancer needs to be the one to put in the work. And because Cancer's not doing that, you know, I'm just going to hold back. You're not opening your heart to me, then I'm not going to open my heart to you. And like, it's almost like they're saying, I'm going to match your energy. But they're not matching your energy, because I do feel like in the past you did put in a lot of effort and a lot of work. And I feel like you're not willing to do that. And you're also not willing to backtrack on your own progress here. So show me the outcome for Cancer and this person. Yeah, this person's not being accountable for their lack of action, basically. One moment. Okay, so we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 4 of Cups. And we have the Strength card. Sign of Leo. All right, so we have very strong fire and very strong water energy here. I'm also seeing Taurus and Libra is here possibly. So I do feel like you both want to bring this together, particularly if it is a divine connection. However, by the end of the week, this is going to continue to be unbalanced. This person is not being very generous with their time or their effort. They are working on themselves, which is good, but they're not taking action. And I feel like part of it is because they know that you are in this, you know, divine energy, and they just don't want to give it to you. They don't want to acknowledge it. You know, instead they want to say, well, Cancer should be doing this. And so they're basically wanting to tell you what you should be doing instead of managing their own life and doing what they need to do to put the two of you on the same page. Now, that being said, I feel like they are trying to work on themselves, but they've got a long way to go, Cancer. And I feel like they feel like, it's almost like they feel like if they come towards you, if they put in the effort, that makes them look weak. Which it absolutely doesn't, but they have a skewed perspective on that. So, in your energy, I feel like you're feeling like this could become a missed opportunity. You're looking at everything that's happened here. You know that this is not balanced. You want the reconciliation, you want the healing, but you're unwilling to budge from the standpoint that you've taken. You've learned boundaries is what's happened. And I feel like you've got those boundaries up. They're very strong. It's not a matter of whether or not you do love this person. I feel like you do. But you're not going to be the one to do their job for them. So I feel like you're worried that this could become a missed opportunity. But you're realizing with an unbalanced situation between you and this person, this union cannot happen. Yeah. I see somebody out there is praying about the situation as well, praying for healing, praying for recovery, praying that this person will reach out. All right, so bottom of the deck, it's the 3 of Swords in the reverse. That's underlying energy, and it does indicate healing from after having heartbreak. You were betrayed. There was a painful ending here. There was heartbreak, but you are slowly healing. And, you know, take your time with that, Cancer, because nobody can tell you when you're done with a situation. Everybody heals differently. So do what you need to do to heal yourself. I think that your energy looks really good, and I think it's good that you are putting up boundaries with this person. So I'm going to pull you an oracle card, and we'll see if there's, oh, there we go. I always take the bottom card. So, all right, so we have 35, all right, and that is strength. So let me read that. One moment, please. All right, it says, sometimes life will present you with challenges that you think are too difficult to endure. Does it seem as if nothing goes your way and that everyone else appears to be having a good time? Be strong, my dear. Drawing this symbol means that no matter what is happening in your life, you have the strength to endure all experiences. Like an ancient oak whose trunk cannot be uprooted by the mightiest storm, you will know a strength that comes from within. You will win this game of life, and you have the strength to face any situation now. You've definitely gotten a lot stronger. I can see that. So, and this person knows that. They know that you're beefed up, you're strong. So just, I know that it's difficult, and I know that, you know, it's hard to take the right stance, Cancer, but when you do, the rewards are great, but sometimes it may take a while to get there. All right, I do hope that this has been helpful. If you resonated with this reading, Cancer, please hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you guys in your next reading, know that you are loved, and namaste.